Mike Huckabee, of course, social conservative, right? And with all these lily-livered Republicans flip-flopping and say, well, I don't know, maybe gay marriage is not that important. We've got gay funders. Did I say that out loud? I meant we care about U.S. citizens that happen to be gay all of a sudden. But Huckabee's not buying it. He's going to stick to his guns on this. So let's hear what he has to say about what the evangelicals might do if the Republicans bolt on this.
Do you see the party ever pivoting or doing a 180 on gay marriage?
They might, and if they do, they're going to lose a large part of their base because the evangelicals will take a walk. And it's not because there's an anti-homosexual mood, and nobody's homophobic that I know of, but many of us, and I consider myself included, base our standards not on the latest Washington Post poll, but we base it on an objective standard, not a subjective standard. I think that the mistake is that we sometimes base our public policy decisions on how we feel, how we think, maybe even some personal experiences.
I like that. He's like, we're going to take a walk. Well, I hope it's a walk off a short pier and it's just a really long walk. And if you wind up splitting the Republican Party, have at it, Hoss. So here's where the Republicans are going to wind up in the long run, where the money is. Okay, and in this rare case, the money is on the side of progressives. So my guess is that the Republican Party will eventually shift in that direction, especially because the American people have already shifted. If 58% say gay marriage should be perfectly fine. Of course, Huckabee, as always, says, I'm not against gay people, but I mean, what are they going to do? Have the same rights as us? I mean, don't be ridiculous. Of course not. I mean, I don't hate them. I'm just taking away their rights because that's what an objective person would do. Objective, subjective, what, 2 + 2 = I hate gay people? That doesn't make any kind of sense at all. It's just you saying my subjective beliefs about my religion should be what should be considered objective for everyone. It's absolute nonsense. So now, if you thought that was nonsense, wait till you get to Huckabee's analogies.
I think politicians have an obligation to be thermostats, not just thermometers. They're not simply to reflect the temperature of the room or the culture, as it were. They're to set the standards for law, for what's right, for what's wrong. Understanding not everybody's going to agree with it, not everybody's going to accept it, but this is an issue that...
What happened there? All right, anyway, so here we go, thermostats, thermometers, he lost me. Okay, all right, but it's nowhere near as good as his basketball analogy, so let's go to that.
You know, frankly, I recognize the culture is moving away from the traditional standard. But it's almost like saying, well, we have a basketball team and nobody on the team, or very few, can actually hit the goal that's 10 feet off the floor. Mm-hmm. So we're going to lower the goal down to 6 feet. That way everybody can slam dunk the ball. So the question is, have you improved your basketball game, or have you you've actually just changed the standard so it looks like you're doing better?
Anybody? Anybody? First of all, who hits a goal in basketball? If you're trying to appeal to Americans, you might want to understand the sports we play. I'll tell you, if you bowl a strike in basketball, that's, you know, that you get the 7 points if you kick the extra point. Okay, and then what in the world is he talking about? Why are we lowering the rim? Because we're lowering the rim for gay people so they can also get married? But how does that lower the rim? It's the same exact standard. In fact, it would be saying, hey, wait a minute, gay people and straight people, you have to play the same game. You all get to shoot at or hit the goal at 10 feet, as Huckabee would say. The problem is right now we have an uneven laws, and the laws apply differently to gay people and straight people. We want to make them even, and this guy's talking about lowering the rim so we could all hit goals. My bad, Huckabee. You were right. You figured out the objective truth here. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, Huckabee, awesome. That guy had a significant chance of being president. That's the amazing part.